Good evening, good not good evening. Good morning, everyone. Okay, so where we left, we have completed the section B. So today we will start the section C. Okay, so today we are going to start the section C. Remember, in section C, 3 questions will be there. You need to answer only any two. You have choices. You can pick any two, the best two that you know. Section C. What is there? Remember, 3 questions will be there. Choose any two. The best two you know, choose that. Marks, 8 marks. Line, you can extend your answer up to 20 lines. Or if I say in pages, confine your answer in 3 pages along with the diagram. Okay? So this is about the section C. The first question of the section C is describe the structure and life cycle of Ascaris lumbricoids. What is the first question in section C? Describe the life cycle of Ascaris lumbricoids. Means which phylum? Aschelminthes. Okay. Ascaris lumbricoids. These are called roundworms also. Here females are longer than males. Clear? And with the help of neat and label diagram. So the question itself is asking the diagram. With the help of neat and label diagram. Okay. So let's start the question. Ascaris lumbricoids is commonly called the roundworm. Okay. So what you will write? It is commonly called as roundworm. Why? Because their body from the posterior end is coiled. Okay, that is why they are called roundworm. They are the parasites in our intestine. Okay, in our gut. We are the host and they reside in our gut. Mostly children's with the age group of 3 to 10 are more prone to suffer from this because of the compromised immunity or less developed immunity they have, and they are more exposed to the infection because while they are playing, they take the things inside their mouth, they take the dirty hands inside their mouth, and this is the source of infection they get. Sometimes they drink the contaminated water while they are playing, and they feel thirsty. They drink the water, whatever available near to them. Okay, so these are the causes of infection in small children. Okay, now this is not true that they are only children are suffered. Many adults are also suffered. That because of the lack of hygiene, contaminated water, contaminated food, contaminated area you are surviving, then you suffer from Ascaris lumbricoids. Okay, it lives in the small intestine of male. Small intestine. It lives in the small intestine of men. Why they are not present in the stomach? The answer is stomach pH is very less. They cannot cope up with that less pH or high pH. Okay, acidity is very high in stomach, so they might get burned. So they find small intestine as a suitable environment and area for their survival. Okay. Now next is it is cosmopolitan in distribution. What is cosmopolitan in distribution? Cosmopolitan in distribution means they are present everywhere. Okay. The word in cosmopolitan itself says sarvavyapi, present everywhere. Okay. Cosmopolitan. Okay, they are found in contaminated water, they are found in contaminated food, contaminated surfaces, contaminated areas. So they are cosmopolitan. Clear? Now next is the mode of infection is the contaminated food and water. See, mode of infection is contaminated food and water. Second point, infective stage in the embryonated eggs within the second stage of rhabditop form larva. Okay, wait a minute. This diagram I will explain you in the last. This is the neat and level diagram that question is demanding. Okay, this I'll explain you when we finish the writing part of this question. Okay, infective stage. Now, what is the infective stage? Which is the infective stage in human? Okay, infective stage is the embryonated form, embryonated egg with the second stage of, which is the larva of Ascaris rhabdiform. Okay, this is the larva stage. Now, this is all about their first paragraph. In first paragraph, we have written where what they are commonly called. Where they are occurred means occurrence, reason of reside. It lives in the small intestine. Then we are talking about their area of presence means they are cosmopolitan in distribution. Second, we are telling in the question mode of infection. Okay, is contaminated and food and water. Next line we are describing the infective stage is the embryonated eggs with the second stage of reptiform larva. Okay, now we will talk about the structure. Okay, always write the answer in this confined way, mention the things, write in bullet form, and when you are writing this thing, always underline this or use other kind of ink. Okay, always keep the black pen with you. Write the things with blue pen, but write the important things that you want examiner to focus more with the black color pen. Okay, structure. Sexes are separate and sexual dimorphism is distinct. Sexes are separate and the sexual dimorphism. What is sexual dimorphism? Means they have two kinds of stages. One is larval stage and one is developed stage, adult stage. Okay. So sexes are separate and the sexual dimorphism is distinct. Mean it is clearly visible. Distinct means it is clearly visible. It is there. In both males and females, the body is elongated and cylindrical. In both male and female, body is elongated and cylindrical. Next line tells us mouth is present at the extreme anterior and is surrounded by three chitinous lips close to the mouth. Okay. Next line, what will write? Mouth is present at extreme anterior and is surrounded by three chitinous lips. Means chitinous means chitin layer to the mouth. Okay, see in structure what we have written. What we have written in structure, their sexes are separate. They have distinct sexual dimorphism in both a male and female. Body is elongated and cylindrical. Mouth is at extreme anterior and is surrounded by three chitinous lips. Okay. In the next part, what we will write about the structure, the last line of the structure is mid-ventrally, there is a small aperture called excretory port. Mid-ventrally. You know ventral surface. Mid-ventrally, there is small aperture. What is there? A small aperture called excretory pore. Means they excrete their waste through this pore. Or you can say this is their anal opening. Now what is mid-ventral? This is the body of Ascaris. This part is called dorsal part and this part is called ventral part. And in the mid-ventral part, there is a pore, small aperture that is called excretory pore. Okay, or you can say this is the anal opening of Ascaris lumbricoids. So this is all about the structure. Now we will move towards the male structure and the female structure and then we will move to the life cycle. See. First, we will write about the male, what male look like, what is the distinct characteristics of male that makes them different from the female counterparts. Okay, it has a curved posterior end. It has a curved posterior end, which is considered tail, which is considered tail. Clear? The posterior end possesses a cloacal aperture. The posterior end possesses a cloacal aperture. Now, don't confuse yourself or don't mix the excretory pore and cloacal aperture. Excretory pore is situated somewhere mid-ventrally. Cloacal aperture is situated at the posterior part of the body. Okay, and what is the use of cloacal aperture? When they are doing the copulation, when they are doing the mating, they mate through this cloacal aperture. The male is transferring the things into the female body through this cloacal aperture. So this is their sexual part. Clear? Don't mix this part with the excretory pore. Okay? Up and a pair of equal sized chitinous spinal spicules or pinal setae. Why these pinal setae are required? To adhere, to attach themselves from the female body. Okay? Why they are there? Because they want themselves to stick to the female body while they are doing the copulation. This is the reason they have chitinous setae, chitinous spicules or pinal setae are there at the cloacal aperture. Okay, without the attachment, without the sticking of their body with their opposite sex, they cannot do their reproduction part. Okay, clear? Now see, everything has an importance. So why these organs are there? What is the use of these organs? If you know, and if examiner asks you, you can write answer in your own language. So basic the thing is that you should know about each and every part that you are writing, that you are reading. Okay, don't just cram the things. This is very easy. Just use your aptitude, use your common sense. Why this is there? Okay. Cloacal aperture and a pair of equal sized equal sized chitinous. See why we are using chitinous? Because they are made up of chitin. Okay. Spicules or pinal setae. Okay. Which serve to transfer the sperms during copulation. Okay. Which serves to transfer the sperm during copulation. Clear? This is all about male. Don't write too much. Write only the important things. Now we will write about the female. It has a straight posterior end. See, now with the diagram, you can relate. And if you want to draw the diagram of male ascaris and female ascaris along with the thing that you are writing, you can draw it here. Draw like this. Okay. Do little bit labeling on your own. You can show lips, or you can write anterior part, posterior fold part. Yahan you can show, here you can show the cloacal aperture. Okay, this part. Okay. No, cloacal no. Excretory pore. Here you can show the cloacal aperture with some little bit of setae. So if you know the theory, you can draw the diagram. At least a rough sketch of diagram that realizes examiner that you know the things. Okay, just to impress the examiner, because this is not MCQ that, and no computer is not checking your copy. Your copy will be checked, your answer sheet will be checked by the person. And you need to impress that person, whosoever is checking your copy. So write the things impressive way. Okay, the way should be impressive. If you are writing the text, you know the worm looks like this. So you can draw this rough sketch of a worm with little bit of labeling to score good marks. Clear? It has a straight posterior and the tail. That is called the tail. The female genital pore or vulva is present mid-ventral. Okay. See, this is also important. The female genital pore or vulva is situated mid-ventral. So imagine, whenever they are doing the copulation, because the male is small in size and the female is very big in size, means not very big, comparative to males, females are larger in size. So imagine, this is male Ascaris lumbricoids, and this big finger is your female. So when male will copulate with female, male height will end at the mid portion of the female. Okay, the posterior part of male will come to the mid ventral part of the female. That is why the genital opening of female is at the mid ventral part. Clear? Because the height is short. Okay, got it? Now next line is at about 1/3 the length from mouth. Okay, so what is the vulva? Vulva is situated mid ventrally at about 1/3 of the mouth. Okay, at about 1/3 of the mouth. Clear? Now, the anus is present a little in front of tail end. Okay. So, anus means their excretory pore. The anus is present at a little in front of tail end. Tail end. Means their anus is situated posteriorly. In males, anus is situated, excretory pore is situated mid-ventrally. So you can, if they will ask you any kind of question, if they put the question in terms of differences, then you should be knowing this difference, that their mid-ventral portion is cloacal aperture, the male mid portion is excretory pore. Okay, clear? They are longer than male. Males have coiled posterior end. They do not have cold posterior end. They have posterior anal opening, and male is having mid-ventral excretory pore opening. Clear? Now, let's focus on the life cycle. Okay. So, what is the life cycle of Ascaris lumbricoids? Copulation takes place in the small intestine of male. Okay. Copulation is taking place in the small intestine of human being. I will not write man. because male people are also not only suffering, females also get the infection. And I'm very, very upset. Why men everywhere? Why not women? So they should, now it's time to use the term human being. Okay? No more gender disparity. Why men? Why not women? Okay? This is small intestine of human beings. After copulation, the female releases approximately 2 lakh eggs per day. See, after copulation, female releases 2 lakh eggs per day. See their copulation rate or their reproduction rate. 2 lakh eggs per day. Each egg is surrounded by a protein coat with rippled surface. Okay. Each egg is surrounded by protein coat with rippled surface. Clear? Each egg is surrounded by protein coat with rippled surfaces. Is that clear to you? This part is clear. Now moving to the next part, and the eggs of Ascaris are described as mammillated eggs. Hence, the eggs of Ascaris are described as okay, mammillated eggs. The protein coat is followed by a chitinous shell and a lipid layer normally. Okay. The protein coat is followed by a chitinous shell and a lipid layer. Clear? Normally. Means this is normally present. These eggs come out along with the fecal matter. These eggs come out along with the fecal matter. Okay. So from where they are coming out? They are coming out from the anal opening or the excretory pore, because they are coming out with the help of fecal matter. Means when we are doing the excretion, see, suppose X person is suffering from the Escherichia lumbricoids infection. Now where he will defecate means he will do the excretory process of his body. Then with the excretory product, the fecal, these eggs will also come out of the body and ready to infect the other human being if hygiene is not properly maintained. Clear? In the moist soil, development takes place in the inside the egg, so that first stage rhabdiform larva is produced. It undergoes the first molting. Okay, so what is this thing? The eggs come out along with the fecal matter we have written in the moist soil. In the moist soil, development takes place inside the egg. So that first stage, that is rhabdiform larva, is produced. Okay. It undergoes first molting. It undergoes First molting becomes the second stage of rhabdiform lava, which is considered the stage infective in men, which is called the stage infective in human being. I will not use this word men. Okay. They reach the alimentary canal of human being through contaminated food and water. They reach the, why I'm writing it in bold, because this is an important line. They reach the alimentary canal through the contaminated food and water. Okay. In the small intestine, now what is happening in the small intestine? What's going on in the small intestine? In the small intestine, the shell gets dissolved. So that second stage of lava is released. Now it undergoes, now it undergoes extra-intestinal migration. Means migrating to the other parts of the small intestine. First, it reaches the liver through the hepatic portal vein. First, it reaches to the liver, to the hepatic portal vein. It goes to the lungs. Through the pulmonary arteries. Pulmonary arteries carry the impure blood to the lungs. Okay. Only artery that carries the impure blood. Otherwise, all the arteries are carrying the oxygenated blood. Clear? Next, in the alveoli of lung, it undergoes second molting to produce the third stage larva. In the lung, in the alveoli of lung. Alveoli means air sacs. It undergoes second molting to produce third stage larva. To produce stage 3 larva. It undergoes second, third molting so that fourth stage larva is produced in the alveoli only. And here only, in alveoli, third molting takes place to produce fourth stage larva. It leaves the alveoli and reaches the small intestine again through bronchi, trachea, larynx, glottis, pharynx, esophagus, and stomach. Okay, see the path. It leaves the alveoli and reaches the small intestine. Again through now we will write the path. Bronchi, trachea, larynx, then glottis, then pharynx, then esophagus and stomach. Okay, in the small intestine undergoes the fourth and final molding to become a young one, which attains sexual maturity within 8 to 10 weeks. Okay, so it's our body takes 8 to 10 weeks, means 2 to 2.5 months to develop the infection of adult stage infection. Okay, in the small intestine, it undergoes fourth final molting stage to become a young one and attains sexual maturity within 8 to 10 weeks. So this is about the theory part. And what we will do here, we will draw a diagram of mammaliated eggs of Ascaris. We will try to draw a diagram with little bit of rough surfaces. You have to show, okay, the egg is not so smooth. Titanium shell is there. Okay. And if you cut the LS of egg, LS of eggs looks like this. As this is not a smooth egg, it's little bit surfaces are like this, rough surfaces. Then comes a layer. Then comes a, we will do the labeling of this part. This is called protein coat. This part is called chitinous cell. This inner layer is called lipid layer. This is called nucleus. And this in filled part is called the cytoplasm. And this is called rippled surface. This rough surface is called rippled surface. This is the mammillated egg of, that is why Ascaris eggs are called mammillated eggs. Okay, now let's understand about the diagram of their life cycle. Okay, first we will understand this diagram and then we will move to another thing. See, this is a young one. This egg is given by the, to the fecal matter it comes out. This is mammillated egg. Development takes place in the soil. Now this egg is out to the fecal matter of the host. Development takes place in the soil inside the egg to produce first stage, that is called rhabdiform larva, that undergoes first molting. Now second stage, rhabdiform larva with neatness, a new host by contamination. Okay, it goes into a new host. Shell gets dissolved in the small intestine, reaches heart through postvenal cave, reaches lungs through pulmonary arteries, then reaches alveoli, second molting, third stage larva, third molting, fourth stage larva, then through the bronchi, larynx, glottis, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestine. Then comes again the fourth molting stage, and the young one is there, sexually matured young one, gives the eggs again, and the whole cycle is repeated again. This is the extraintestinal migration, means this is outside the, this part is outside the intestine. This part is inside the, this three stages are in the soil, this in the intestine. Clear? So this is about the life cycle of Ascaris lumbricoids. You need to draw the diagram of Ascaris as well, male and female Ascaris. Okay, now this next question that is asking blood circulatory system of periplaneta. What? Sorry. Blood circulatory system of periplaneta is of open type. Why it is open type? Okay. Illustrate the statement describing the course of circulation in it. Illustrate the statement describing the course of circulation in it. Okay, got what is the question is asking? Why the open, this open circulatory system is cockroaches. Periplaneta means cockroach. Now illustrate your statement describing the course of circulation. Means the question is asking us to write about the circulatory system of periplaneta, means the cockroaches. Okay, Periplaneta americana is a species of cockroaches commonly found in our house. Okay, so we will do this part. Answer number 2, we will write down fast as the time is running out, having another class. The blood flows forward in the heart by the contractions of its chambers. At the anterior end of the heart, the blood flows into the aorta. And from there it enters the sinus of the head. Sinus of the head means the blood is flows into the aorta, and from there it enters the sinus of the head, means there are sinuses on the head. Okay, from the head sinus, the blood flows into the perivisceral and sternal sinuses. From the head, blood flows into the perivisceral and sternal sinuses. Sternal means this sternum. Okay, this bone, sternum bone. Okay, sternal sinuses. On contraction of LRE muscles, the pericardial septum is pulled down. On contraction Ellery muscles, the pericardial septum, the pericardial septum is pulled down. Okay, next come this increase the volume of pericardial sinus. This increases the volume of pericardial sinus. Hence, blood flows from the pericardial septum. Flows from pericardial septum. Clear? On relaxation of the ellery muscles, on relaxation of ellery muscles, the pericardial septum moves upwards, moves upward to its original position. Clear? This forces the blood to enter the chambers of the heart. This forces the blood to enter the chambers of the heart through the ostia from the pericardial sinus. Clear? Now we will do a flow chart how blood is going. Okay, the path aorta, then heart, then comes pericardial hemocoel. Hemocoel means wherever hemocoel is written, it's a cavity that stores heme. Perivisceral hemocoel and sternal hemocoel. Perivisceral hemocoel and sternal hemocoel. Then comes head sinus and then again to aorta. So this is a flow chart explaining you about the open circulatory system of Periplaneta americana, or you can call them commonly cockroaches. Okay, so this is all about today. I tried to finish the last question, describe lake as an ecosystem. My last question is describe the lake as an ecosystem, giving examples of various zones. And the biotic components in it. Okay, so this is the last question. We are not having sufficient time, and this question is quite big question. So I don't want this to do right now. We will discuss this question in another class because itself it needs a lot of time. Okay, and it is important question. See, we need to understand the three zones: littoral zone, magnetic zone, profound zone of lake ecosystem. And we need to write about these zones and biotic components in it. The question is asking the various parts covering the whole lake ecosystem. Okay, so we'll do this part in our next class. So stay connected and keep on studying with do the simultaneous studies. Okay, as you see the video, write down the things, properly go through the things. This is just your preparation for your exams. Okay, so JET is always there with you in your exams. Okay, so bye-bye for now, beta. And all the best for your future endeavors. So this is all about our today's class.